What if I told you that the man who says nothing might actually be the one who wants you the most? Because when a man is secretly attracted to you, he won't always confess it, but his body, his actions, and even his slip-ups will. Today I'll reveal the exact signs that give him away. You've probably been in that confusing situation where you're asking yourself, is he into me or am I just imagining it? The truth is, a man who's secretly attracted to you can't fully hide it. He'll show it in the way he looks at you, a little longer than necessary, in the way he positions himself closer without realizing, or in how he remembers the tiniest things you once mentioned. Stay with me, because once you know these signs, you'll never question again if a guy is secretly drawn to you. Before I dive deeper into these signs, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because I don't want you to miss the tools and insights that could change the way you read attraction forever. Have you ever had that strange feeling that a certain guy might be interested in you, but he just won't admit it? Maybe it's the way his eyes linger on you a little longer than they should, how he always shows up in the same places you are, or those random messages that don't really say much but keep coming anyway. If you've been picking up on unusual signals and wondering if you're imagining things, you're definitely not alone. The truth is, a lot of men feel a strong pull but hold themselves back from showing it openly. In this video, we're looking closely at those quiet but undeniable signs that a man is secretly attracted to you. These aren't the obvious hints like giving compliments or obvious flirting. These are about the silent signals, the little gestures, the repeated behaviors that say what he won't put into words. You'll discover how to notice these subtle changes, like when his body language slips, how his voice shifts when he's around you, and why he sometimes acts hot and cold, because once you start to understand these signals, everything starts to fit together. No more second guessing, no more endless wondering, just clear understanding. Whether you're curious about a colleague, a friend, or someone new who came into your life, this video will help you see what's really happening under the surface. Stay with me, because you might realize he's been interested all along but hasn't known how to express it. When a man is drawn to you but hides his feelings, it doesn't always mean he isn't interested. Many times it's the opposite. He cares more than you think. A lot of women assume a man's silence or his confusing behavior means he's not attracted, when in reality he's struggling with his own emotions. Men are often taught from a young age to guard their feelings. They're told to toughen up, stay in control, and never let vulnerability show. So when deep and genuine emotions appear, especially ones that feel risky, many of them shut down or pull away. Attraction makes people feel exposed. For a man who secretly likes you, admitting his feelings can feel like stepping into dangerous territory with no protection. He might be worried about rejection, about looking weak, or about ruining the connection you already share, whether as friends or co-workers. This fear of opening up emotionally makes a lot of men act distant, even though inside their feelings are running strong. Sometimes, he doesn't even fully recognize what's happening himself. He might not realize he's falling for you until he notices his own behavior changing, like becoming more protective, getting nervous around you, or reacting strongly when another guy shows interest in you. These reactions are often instinctive signs of attraction that appear before he admits anything, even to himself. Another big reason men keep their emotions hidden is timing. He might be in a complicated situation, still healing from past heartbreak, emotionally unavailable, or unsure if you feel the same way. Instead of taking the risk too soon and creating awkwardness or pain, he keeps his feelings inside while carefully testing things through small actions instead of words. Some men also believe they need to earn the right to express love or desire. They wait until they've built trust, achieved personal goals, or proven themselves before they feel ready to reveal how they truly feel. This way of thinking often slows down the moment of confession, even when the attraction is already strong. Understanding the reasons men hide their emotions helps you see things with more compassion. Instead of overthinking or blaming yourself for missing signals, you'll realize that his silence might be his way of protecting you both from hurt, even though it sometimes causes more confusion. But here's the thing, feelings don't stay buried forever. They always slip out in one form or another. sometimes through words, sometimes through actions, and sometimes through a silence that speaks louder than anything he could ever say. When a man secretly desires you, his body tells the truth even if his lips stay closed. Most people assume attraction is obvious in words, but in reality, it's the unspoken signs that reveal everything. And once you understand what to notice, it's almost impossible to miss. Take eye contact, for example. One of the strongest signals, if his gaze holds on you just a little too long, or if he looks at you but quickly glances away when you catch him, that's not random. That's interest, trying not to get caught. A man who secretly wants you might also scan the space just to find you, even when he thinks you won't notice. His posture also shifts when you're nearby. He may stand taller, fix his shirt, adjust his appearance, or angle his whole body toward you, even when others are speaking. These are subconscious ways of showing interest without saying a word. Notice also if he mirrors you. If you cross your arms and he does the same, or if you lean closer and he follows that movement, it's not just chance. Mirroring is a natural way humans build connection, and it often happens when someone feels emotionally drawn to you. Another big clue is proximity. A man who feels secretly drawn will find reasons to be close. He'll take a seat near you at group gatherings, hover just a little longer in your personal space, or casually brush against you as if by accident. These tiny touches might seem random, but they're usually quite intentional. Watch his hands and feet too, fidgeting fingers, rubbing the back of his neck, adjusting his clothes, tapping nervously. That's attraction turning into nerves. If his feet are always pointed toward you, even while talking with someone else, that's a deep subconscious clue that you are his main focus. Then there's the nervous energy that gives him away. Sometimes he'll laugh too loud at your jokes or stumble over words when he talks to you, even though he's calm and smooth with everyone else. That sudden change isn't an accident. It's you making him feel something and his body reacting. One more subtle sign that often gets overlooked: lingering glances at your mouth. If his eyes drift to your lips while you're speaking, it's usually because he's imagining what it would be like to kiss you. He might not act on it yet, but the thought is sitting right there. Body language never lies. And when a man secretly wants you, his actions almost always reveal the truth he's trying to hide. What really makes these signals clear is how differently he behaves with you compared to everyone else. People naturally change their behavior depending on who they're interacting with, but when it comes to attraction, the difference stands out even more. If he treats you with a kind of nervous intensity, goes out of his way for you, or shows more sensitivity in your presence, that's the strongest sign of all, that his feelings for you run deeper than he's admitting. But when attraction is involved, the difference becomes a lot easier to notice, even if he's trying hard to cover it up. So what should you really pay attention to? Begin by observing his tone and energy around others compared to when he's with you. Around everyone else, he might seem relaxed, playful, or calm. But when it's just you, his whole vibe could shift. He may suddenly be more focused, more attentive, or sometimes even a little nervous. You might hear his voice soften, or notice he chooses his words more carefully, almost as if every sentence matters. That change in energy is his subconscious trying to impress you, even if he doesn't realize he's doing it. Now think about his level of attention. Is he more present when you speak? Does he lean in closer, keep steady eye contact, or act unusually interested in the simplest things you say? That's because when he's drawn to you, even ordinary words feel more meaningful. He tunes in more. He listens harder. It all matters more to him. Humor is another giveaway. Around a group, he may joke in a sarcastic or casual way, but with you, he might soften his tone, use sweeter humor, or put extra effort into making you laugh. A man who secretly likes you often uses humor as a safe bridge, either to connect with you emotionally or to calm his own nerves when you're around. Pay close attention to how he treats you compared to others. Does he go out of his way to help you when he doesn't do that for anyone else? Does he show more respect, more protectiveness, or a stronger willingness to make your life easier? It could be something as small as carrying something heavy for you, offering his jacket when you're cold, or stepping in to defend you during a group discussion. These might feel like little gestures, but they carry a much bigger meaning. He doesn't see you like he sees everyone else. There's also the way he reacts when you walk into a room. Some men immediately become more animated when the person they secretly like is near. You may notice his posture straighten, his eyes search for yours, or his energy suddenly shift. Sometimes he even grows more confident, while other times he becomes unexpectedly awkward. He might pull you into conversations, laugh a little louder when you're close by, or glance your way to check if you're watching him. On the flip side, see how he reacts when you bring up other guys. Even if he tries to stay cool, flashes of jealousy often slip through. It might be a quick change of subject, a subtle expression on his face, or going quiet for a moment. That sudden switch says more than he'll admit. In contrast, around everyone else, his reactions flow more naturally. He's relaxed, at ease, no extra effort. Around you, though, there's tension. Not the bad kind, but the kind that shows someone's trying hard not to reveal how much they actually care. The truth is, if a man treats you differently than the rest of the world, if his energy shifts, his attention deepens, and his guard goes up, it's rarely just coincidence. It's attraction wrapped carefully in self-control. Now let's look at eye contact, because one simple look can reveal what he's too afraid to put into words. Eye contact is one of the most personal and powerful forms of unspoken communication, and when a man secretly wants you, his eyes almost always betray him. No matter how careful he is with his words, his eyes are honest. They often reveal everything he struggles to say out loud. So what does prolonged eye contact actually mean? It's more than a glance. It's that magnetic moment when his gaze locks with yours and lingers just a little too long. It's that pause filled with meaning where interest, curiosity, and desire all meet. A man who secretly likes you may not even notice he's doing it. He's simply drawn to you, and his eyes naturally follow. You might catch him staring when he thinks you're distracted, and when your eyes meet, he might quickly look away, only to look back again. It's a silent push and pull between wanting connection and wanting to protect his feelings. Not all eye contact is equal. There's casual eye contact, like when someone's being polite, and then there's the deeper kind, the type that carries weight and feels electric. That kind usually happens in moments of silence, laughter, or when you share a glance from across the room. It's his way of saying, "I see you and I feel something," without using words. You might even notice pupil dilation. Science shows that when someone feels attraction, their pupils naturally widen. It's subtle, but it's real. So next time your eyes lock with his, notice if his pupils expand. That's his biology giving him away. Another detail is frequency. How often does he look for your eyes compared to others? Does he glance at you across the table, across the group, or even across the street? When someone constantly seeks that kind of connection, it's because they're craving an emotional bond without having to speak. And if that eye contact is paired with a soft, warm smile, not the playful or forced kind, but the genuine one, it carries even deeper meaning. That look often means he feels more than friendship, even if he hasn't admitted it yet. Prolonged eye contact can even create its own little world, a moment where everything else fades, and it feels like time slows. If you've ever locked eyes with someone and felt a rush of nerves, butterflies, or a sudden burst of energy, that's not in your head, that's chemistry, and chances are he feels it too. So if you keep catching yourself in those charged glances where no words are spoken, but everything feels alive, don't ignore it. His eyes are telling the story he's too nervous to share. Next, let's talk about distance, or more accurately, the lack of it. When a man secretly likes you, space becomes something he wants to close. Even if he doesn't say it out loud, he'll naturally look for ways to be physically near you. And often, it won't be obvious. It'll come in small, innocent-looking ways that actually mean much more than they appear. Watch the patterns. Does he always seem to end up beside you, even in large groups? Does he linger after conversations end? Take the seat next to yours in a meeting? Or somehow show up right where you are, more often than coincidence would explain? That's not random chance. That's attraction pulling him closer. Men who secretly feel drawn often use little excuses to justify being near you. He might ask you for a favor, pretend he needs help with something, or suddenly remember a question just as you're about to walk away. These excuses aren't about the actual task. They're about creating a chance to be around you, to stretch out the interaction, to enjoy your presence for a little longer. You might notice him hovering in your space, even if he's not talking directly to you. Maybe he joins the same group conversations, stands where you'll notice him, or make sure he's within your line of sight. That's not by accident. That's attraction, finding reasons to stay close. He wants to look at you, hear your voice, and be part of your space. There's also the physical side of it. A man who feels interested will often turn his body toward you without even thinking. Even if he's in conversation with someone else, his shoulders, his feet, and the way he stands might still be pointing in your direction, quietly showing where his real focus lies. Another clear signal is the way he uses little chances to break the barrier of personal space. Whether he sits just a bit closer than expected, brushes against you in what looks like an accident, or gives you a playful nudge, these tiny touches can say a lot. When a guy is into you, he wants to know how comfortable you are with closeness. And if you seem fine with it, that gives him a green light to step even closer the next time. Even when it's not needed, like entering a room, choosing a seat, or deciding where to stand, he'll often drift to where you are. That's not simple chance. That's attraction working quietly in the background. Being near you becomes his way of holding a connection without saying a word. Something else powerful but subtle happens when he notices you're about to leave. Suddenly, he may try to stretch the moment, start a quick conversation, suggest walking out with you, or look for any excuse to stay. That hesitation to say goodbye is a big emotional clue. He doesn't want the moment or your presence to be over. The truth is, men don't usually stick around someone they feel nothing for. So if he's always near, always finding ways to be around you, that's not in your head. That's attraction. It's his interest showing up without needing words. Now let's move to jealousy, because it often reveals what he's been trying hard to hide. Jealousy is one of the clearest signs of hidden feelings. When a man starts to show hints of jealousy, especially around you, it's rarely just a small emotion. Most of the time, it's a bright signal that he feels something stronger than friendship. Even if he's trying to act calm, jealousy has a way of slipping through. So how does it usually look? At first it's subtle. Maybe he gets quiet or oddly distant when you bring up another guy. He may not say much, but his mood changes. His smile fades, the eye contact drops, and suddenly he seems distracted. That's not random. That's emotional discomfort you're seeing in real time. Hearing about another man in your world triggers something deeper in him. Fear of losing you, competition, or just the reminder of how much he cares. Sometimes it shows up through sarcasm or little jokes. If you mention going out with someone else and he instantly makes a teasing or snarky comment, don't brush it off too fast. That humor might be his mask, a way to hide his true feelings while still testing your reaction. He's watching closely to see if you're serious and whether he should feel threatened. Another sign is that he tries to compete. If he hears that someone else is showing interest in you, he may suddenly put more effort into how he looks, bring up his achievements, or spend more time near you. That's not random either. It's his way of reminding you that he should be the one holding your attention. That little rivalry comes from the fear of being replaced. Also notice how his mood shifts. One minute he's relaxed and laughing, and the next, if another man enters the picture, especially someone you're focusing on, his energy drops. He might pull back, look away, or even leave earlier than planned. It's not about being rude, it's about the discomfort of having to share your attention when deep down, he doesn't want to. Some men also show jealousy through casual but loaded questions like, "So, who was that guy you were talking to? Are you too close?" He may sound casual, but really he's fishing for answers. It's his way of finding out what's happening without openly admitting he's bothered. And sometimes jealousy shows as protectiveness. He may not tell you directly how he feels, but if he senses another man could hurt you, mislead you, or try to get too close, he'll step in, sometimes subtly, sometimes more obviously. That instinct to protect comes from emotional investment. Even if he hasn't said it out loud, jealousy never comes from not caring, it always comes from desire. When he reacts to other men around you, it's because he already sees you as his in some way, even if he's keeping it hidden. Now think about another sign, what he remembers. When a man is secretly drawn to you, one of the most touching signs is that he remembers the small details. And we're not just talking about big things like your birthday or favorite color. It's the tiny passing comments most people forget in minutes. But he doesn't. Why? Because when he likes you, every detail you share feels meaningful. Think back to past conversations. Maybe you mentioned a certain coffee you love, a song that makes you emotional, or a struggle you had growing up. Days or even weeks later, he might casually bring it up like it's just part of how he sees you. That's not normal, forgettable chatter. It's proof that he listens and holds on to things that matter to you. This kind of memory goes beyond facts. He remembers emotions. If you told him about a bad day, he might check in later to see how you're doing. That means he carried that moment with him, cared enough to follow up, and wanted to be part of easing it. That's emotional care, and it's a strong sign he's invested. He'll even notice your little habits. Maybe he realizes you need coffee before you can talk, or that you twist your hair when you're nervous. He may tease you lightly about it, not to make fun, but to show he notices. That kind of attention doesn't come from someone who doesn't care. It comes from admiration. One of the clearest signs is recall in the moment. If you're out with friends and something comes up that reminds him of something you once said, and he turns to you saying, "Didn't you mention that's your favorite?" That tells you a lot. He's not just aware you're there, he's linking you to his thoughts, even when surrounded by others. When a guy remembers the little things you thought were unimportant, it's a quiet but powerful message. He's paying attention, not because he has to, but because he wants to. In a world full of distractions, he's choosing to focus on you. And then comes the hardest part, the words he almost says. Few things are more confusing than trying to figure out if a man likes you when his actions send mixed signals. One moment he's warm, open, maybe even playful, and the next he's cold, quiet, or distant. So what's really happening? Is he playing games, or is he hiding true feelings? The truth is, those moments where he almost says something matter more than you realize. Mixed signals are often less about lack of attraction and more about hidden feelings. Many men struggle when emotions get too strong, especially when rejection or vulnerability might be involved. Instead of being straightforward, they mix closeness with distance, showing a confusing balance of interest and hesitation. The truth is, he's battling himself. On one side, he wants to get close to you, but on the other, fear, doubt, or insecurity makes him pull back. If he thinks you don't feel the same way, or worries about embarrassing himself by being too obvious, he may suddenly retreat right after moving near. That back and forth creates the sense of mixed signals, but under it all, there's a real conflict. He likes you, but it scares him. Another reason this happens is because some men want to test your reaction. They might lean in, then pull away, just to see whether you'll show you care or if you'll move closer on your own. It's not always about manipulation. Often it's just a form of emotional protection, keeping them from feeling too exposed. External factors can also play a role. Stress, past heartbreak, or even fear of damaging a friendship can make him cautious. Those emotional barriers block him from being consistent. Part of him longs to come closer, while another part warns, don't risk it. That's why his behavior feels hot and cold. But how do you know if these mixed signals really mean attraction? One clear sign is he always comes back, even after pulling away. The distance never lasts forever. He shows little flashes of jealousy when you mention other guys. He remembers small details about you, or acts protective, even when trying to stay guarded. When you're alone together, his energy shifts. More nervous, more intense, more real.